Feel free to keep eating, folks. We're just going to go on to our live stream now, so hi to everybody at home. Welcome to our new launch of our new companies, and to kick things off, what we've done is we've prepared a video which really goes back over the last couple of decades almost of our old company, and I'll let it speak for itself, I think.
Rock Your Life opened with a simple event called The Treasure Within in May of 2006. In 2007, we massively transformed the signature Rock Your Life event held in New Zealand, Australia, and Indonesia. In 2008, we became more than a local events company. For founder Mike Hancock, Rock Your Life went global. We promoted numerous other thought leaders, such as Whole Foods cowboy Don Tolman, mind body expert, mind power expert Robin Banks, and Hollywood star Glenn Levy, and brought in signature 3-day events such as Rock Your Business, and summits such as Lifestyle Entrepreneur Summit and Rock Your Mind, Body, and Spirit. 2008 was also the year we launched our Global Sage program, attracting leaders in over 20 countries, launched Rock Your Life Publishing, and our travel arm, Soul Journeys, which went on to host major travel events in 6 continents over the next 10 years. At this stage, a formal board came in place, and by the end of 2009, we were truly global, having run programs in every continent, and with clients as far away from New Zealand hub as Gibraltar and Chile. For the next 5 years, we successfully launched Entrepreneur X Factor, a competition that involved over 25 countries and became an international best-selling book. Our feature film Dreamcatchers, now seen in 500 million homes, and our Circle of Excellence, a tight inner circle of high achievers who are consciously leading the planet. Landy Jack joined the board and core team in 2014 and brought a unique dimension of academics and spirituality. At the same time, we launched the regularly sold-out Bali Business School. By the end of 2018, we had done it all. Numerous international bestsellers, an international print magazine, 10 business awards, hundreds of key partnerships with global leaders, universities, and business hubs, 1,750 events, a footprint in over 50 countries, and over 300,000 people that have had their lives rocked. It's time for a change. With the 2020s looming and the future changing, it's time for a change of direction. Before we announce a future we are truly excited about, we would love to acknowledge all the people behind the scenes over the years that have made Rock Your Life such an amazing success. In no particular order, a big thank you to Deb King and Frank Norton, Australian licensees, Damian Milo, Australian licensee, Rick Ellis, Lisa Dudson, and Ross Barnett, board members, Bree Smith, Diana Marinescu. From our event side, Stephanie Crawford, Haley Buckland, Charlene Boshoff, Laura Marias, Yolanda Brand, and Karen Kerr. In our administration, Paul Safe, Greg Osborne, Shirley Bailey, Linda Bell, and Candy Bugler, who have made Soul Journeys possible, Peter Dowling, and Evans Manianga, who ran Rock Your Life Publishing over the years, Sheila McCarthy, Europe, Maverick Fu, Asia, Maya Shahani, India. Maya is also a role for us in social contribution. Mr. V assisted us in Cambodia for 10 years with our orphanage there. We particularly want to thank Nadia Jackson Amiga, who started as our assistant in 2006, and by the time she moved on in 2014, was running our whole events business. Esther Jacobs, who revolutionized our office and back end since 2016, and Dave Rogers, who became head coach and board member in 2008, and was involved in everything we did globally until 2017. Last of all, before we push our old brand aside and launch our new 2020 and onwards global feel, we want to acknowledge 3 groups. Firstly, our promoters. Some of you have a million connections, some just a few hundred, but we thank you and respect you. Secondly, our crews and volunteers around the world who made it all possible. Lastly, and most importantly, our clients, and especially the several hundred of you that are our Circle of Excellence. You guys aren't clients, you are friends, and this thing is about to get a whole lot more exciting. It's because of your stories and your inspiration that we are committed to launching something even better than Rock Your Life, based on sacred ancient symbology, cutting-edge business excellence, global expertise, and a unique blend of wisdom with a light heart. Please welcome in the Circle of Excellence Group Companies.
So, hi everybody. Welcome to the Circle of Excellence Group of Companies. You might ask why we changed the brand from Rock Your Life when we had that sort of legacy going for so many years, so many people involved, and such a big group around the world. Well, sometimes it's just time to change things. And we really felt that we'd rocked enough people's lives. And as the chairman of Rock Your Life, Mike Hancock, and with Lundy Jack, our global director, we really thought it's so interesting because our Circle of Excellence, which is our top echelon of clients, the latest ones don't even know there was a company called Rock Your Life. They're just part of the Circle of Excellence, and that's what they're focused on. So we decided that we would shift the brand, move the legacy on from things we've done in the past and re-energize it. So some things have gone. So we've said goodbye to Soul Journeys. Our last Soul Journey is this year. I know, Nelson, you're coming to Scotland with us this year for our last Soul Journey. And so we've been literally done Soul Journeys on 6 continents over the years. I think I've led 27 of them. So that's enough. And we're moving on from that. But we've got some really, really exciting new brands that we wanted to introduce to you tonight. And to talk about the first one, and I'm going to introduce Lundy Jack. But in a minute, firstly, I want to actually introduce our shield and our logo. Those of you out there that are watching on the video feed will know that we often tell people to go and find your core essence, the thing that you do that's different and the thing that you do that's relevant for the world. Strangely enough, just like everybody we told, we struggled for years to find ours. We did so many things. And then in 2016, it started getting really obvious to both of us what it was. And it was those 3 words: prosperity, freedom, and purpose. That's all we do. All we do is help people to become more prosperous, to have more freedom, and to do all of that with purpose in their hearts. And from that, we said, thank you, Rick. Feel like I'm in Parliament now. Yeah. From that, we said, what's the symbology? And we really looked deep into the symbology. So those of you that are around the table here tonight that are some of our top clients, our board members in New Zealand, some people who have really supported us over the years, know that we're very deep into ancient wisdom and symbology. And so we looked at this and we said, well, our heritage, Lundy's and my heritage, comes from the Vikings. So that's where we started, and we traced it. We've done our DNA. So we looked at that and we said, let's build this thing into a shield. And also, it sort of helps as well because every social media logo seems to be round these days. So that's really useful when you're looking at a shield. Our Circle of Excellence are very used to seeing a compass, which is how the technology of Circle of Excellence works. So within the shield, there is the compass, which, of course, for those of you that don't know on the live feed, the north, east, west, and south is where the word news comes from. It's the spreading of tidings and the latest news. And we see ourselves as that, as part of the latest updates on the planet. And then sitting inside of those are the 4 companies of our brand, represented by 4 very distinct animals and also done in their own Celtic shields. So give Lundy a welcome, who's going to talk about our first company, Worldwide. Oh, Lundy, before I do that, I've got to introduce our board of directors, because these are our board of directors on our overall group. So along with Lundy and I, there's Lisa Dudson. For those of you that don't know Lisa, she's sitting around the table. All of these people are around the table tonight. Lisa Dudson, she'll say arguably the 2nd best-selling author in New Zealand on anything to do with money and business. Best-selling book ever on property investment in New Zealand. If you're from New Zealand, you'll know her name. You'll have seen her on Breakfast TV, the lady behind several shows on money. An absolute genius in money. Sitting next to Lisa there on the opposite side of the table, Rick Ellis. Rick Ellis has been a professional director. He's guided many, many businesses over his career throughout the stock exchange, nationally and internationally as well. Rick is the person who keeps us as the straight arrow. And then next to Rick, we have Ross Barnett. Ross and Fiona, his wife, are our accountants. They've been our accountants for 15 years now, and they're still young. We love their vibrancy. We love the way they see the world. We love the fact that they see accountancy as just a vehicle for you to actually drive purpose and change in your business and life as well. So that, along with Landy and I, makes up our board. Here's Worldwide Business Intelligence.
Good evening, everyone. Worldwide Business Intelligence come from me and Mike literally over the past 2 years, traveling all over the world and doing these masterminds. And we quickly started to realize that these masterminds that we're doing is really our opportunity to collect business intelligence. So the structure of these masterminds is literally, it looks very similar to what this look. We have entrepreneurs and leaders sitting around the table. Some of you here may have been to a mastermind. And then we literally say to people, look, what is the problems that you're experiencing as entrepreneurs at the moment? And one of the words that kept on repeating itself and came up is that people are overwhelmed. There's too much information out there. People don't know what to do with the information. Should I be using this social media? Should I be using that social media? Should I market like this? What is funnels? What is my sales architecture? What should my cash flow be like? And we decided to actually put Worldwide Intelligence together as a program that we will be scaling and sending on a much more of a mass level out there into the world to help entrepreneurs not fail in business. So the reason why we chose the octopus, I'll make clear to you a little bit later, but this program, like the 8 tentacles of the octopus, is going to touch on 8 critical things in business that we have personally collected with our masterminds all over the world. And I think what a lot of entrepreneurs are finding, they have books out there, they have Google, they have Udemy, they have Teachable, they have all these programs, but they don't know actually how to apply that to their business. It's not necessarily filtered for them. So with our program, we'll make sure that the entrepreneurs that have access to this program will have the filtered information categorized in 8 areas that will help them accelerate in their business much quicker. Because of our Circle of Excellence, which is our premium product, we've also decided with Worldwide Business Intelligence to make something available that's more budget and more sensitive and cost effective to all the entrepreneurs of the world out there. This octopus model will be touching on 8 models. Business strategy would be the first one. Game plans for your next stage. We'll also touch on conscious leadership. There's a lot of people these days which we notice they want to go in business, but they don't understand the basic principles of leadership. We'll touch on products and services, how to develop your products and services, especially in the times that we now, and also to be able to create offers that really sell. Because a lot of people create offers, entrepreneurs put things out there, but it's not sellable. It's not irresistible, and people don't buy into it. Module 4 will be about people and talent, attract and retain your ideal team. Module 5 about smart marketing. We've really developed intelligence that takes marketing to the next level. We measure every single thing in our business now, and the intelligence that will be in this program will be proven by us with our own figures. Everything is tested and tracked. Module 6, sales mastery, the art and science of a deal. Module 7, the customer journey, building an unforgettable experience. And Module 8, building a system and automate your business and life. System is very much not in businesses at the moment. People don't build systems, and therefore they can't scale and they can't sell. Why did we choose the octopus? We really admire the octopus as a species. It has DNA that you don't find in any other animal in the world. It baffles scientists because the octopus is super intelligent. It's the most intelligent creature in the sea. It can do all sorts of funny stuff. It can escape from very small spaces. It builds its own garden underneath the ocean. There's even an octopus here in New Zealand called Rambo that takes photos of people. So we're really inspired by that. We want to take that intelligence and that uniqueness and those talents that comes from the octopus, and we want to build it into a program that any entrepreneur can use. This is going to be phase 1. Phase 2, we're going to actually go and we're going to get acquainted and form more relationships in Finland. We've done a little bit of research about what is really a fantastic educational system out there. We want to accredit this program so that people can get a certification and a qualification through it in future. That will probably happen in phase 2. We always thought wrongly that Australia had some of the best educational and accreditation systems in the world. It's not the case anymore. New Zealand is actually now above Australia with education, but Finland is very much at the top. It's actually in the top 5, and we want to actually use the example of Finland. We want to go and take that accreditation system and we want to build it into something where an entrepreneur can have a program that's not only accelerating them and giving them results, but actually have a program that gives them a qualification and an accreditation. So that is worldwide business intelligence. We're very excited about bringing that more to the mass. So thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you. There's nothing like this that truly exists. And it's got a part of the marketplace which people have missed so far. But even so, we're saying this on the live feed, we know that's very difficult to replicate because people just don't have the grassroots intelligence that we've developed. They've actually got it off Google. And unfortunately, 99% of the stuff you've got off Google is irrelevant for you. So let's move on. The next one is the Global Expert Institute. One of them's platinum, by the way. The other one's titanium in color. So there's a slight color difference there. But the Global Expert Institute is, we've found over the last 15 years that we've been doing this, that there are so many great experts in the world that have no idea how to market, sell themselves, or position themselves. Or they want to be an expert and they don't have any content or anything to say. So they're good in front of an audience, but they have nothing behind them to back it up. So the Expert Institute has again been created as a qualification level where people can go in and become part of this. It will be a license model where they can go and become part of this and actually license an area to be an expert in a certain area, certain genre, and they'll be trained how to market, sell, and position themselves in that. So it's a very finite offering and very, very different to worldwide business intelligence. For this one, we've chosen the Dragon. And the Dragon, as you know, has many different sort of faces depending on which society it comes out of. But the Dragon for us is a true leader. It's something that awakens the dreamer in all of us. It's the type of animal that's both mystic, powerful, and in some ways to be feared. And that we see as the role of the expert. The expert is the Dragon. And it doesn't matter whether you're a lawyer, a speaker, a book writer, a professional director, a professional videographer, whatever you are, if you have that expertise, we want to get you to the top of that industry, your industry. And so that's what that is about. And that's why the Dragon is the logo behind there. So with that, back to you, Miss Jack.
So the next brand that we're introducing is Six Continent Events. Six Continent Events is our events company. We run it on 6 continents at the moment. I'm trying to convince Mike that we can do it on 7 continents because I want to do more work in the snow in Antarctica. We're really inspired by the Arctic Tern. In fact, previously, it was last week when we were on the beach. We were walking on the beach and we were actually looking at a rock, and it was just white birds sitting on the rock. And I said to Mike, you won't believe it, this is actually a bunch of Arctic terns. And they were sitting there. It's the first time I've ever seen it in my life, with their little white body and like a black cap on their heads. And there was lots of them. And they were just going from the rocks, and then they would make a turn like that, and then they go back to the rocks. So the Arctic tern is the creature on this planet that travels the furthest. And so you can imagine we're really inspired by that. Me and Mike travel 4 times around the world each year, and the Arctic tern actually travels from the Arctic to the Antarctic and back every year. So they really covers a distance. In their lifetime, the Arctic tern actually covers the same distance as actually flying, I think, 4 times to the moon. So they really, really cover a long distance. We understand the lifestyle of the nomad. We understand traveling because we are passionate about collecting the ground level information and intelligence of what's going on this planet and bringing it to entrepreneurs so that they can actually apply in their business. Our events company is bringing you brand new types of events. We have sales and marketing events. We have business events, but we're introducing this year a very unique business event called Tomato. The reason why we call it Tomato is because it's unique. In New Zealand also, you know, tomato is the vegetable that you actually sell the most here in New Zealand. and also it's playing a massive role with bees. But we actually sat in a restaurant and we said, well, what we're going to call this event? And we were like scratching, going, oh, let's look around. And there was a coaster with a tomato. So we're like, okay, we're going to call it tomato. Really unique. It's going to be different in the sense it's going to bring people business intelligence, but also entertainment and a little bit of theater. We have our platinum masterminds in the events company that's brand new. We're having one in the Kruger National Park this year where we have a boutique group of leaders together, sharing with them some of our business intelligence. And we've also got a French castle this year where we'll be getting a few people, leaders coming to that as well, and helping them to actually move on to their next level. We still have here basic events like our mastermind, which I spoke about earlier, which is just a boutique group of people where we help them with their businesses and lives. And then, of course, we still having here our Bali Business School that happens annually in Bali and is just becoming more and more popular because people actually fly from all over the world to interact with each other at Bali, where we actually help people with their business. You two have been there, yeah, Michael and Diane. And Lisa has been there as well, yeah.
Yep.
So that is our 6 continent events inspired by the Arctic turn. The idea is to travel more and more with our events, to cover more and more ground so that we actually can meet all of the other great entrepreneurs all over the world that we haven't met yet. And with that, over to you, Mr. Hancock.
Thank you very much. So that leaves one other business that sits under the circle of excellence. And this one is something really new and something a little bit different. And it's strange that we first got asked to do this probably about 6 or 7 years ago. This is called Ring of Steel Investments, and it has the character of the wolf there. And about 2012, we actually went and, with the help of Ross, put together a prospectus, basically, or a private equity document to raise capital to go and buy a significant business incubator here in Auckland. We decided not to after we went through it because of the state of the property market at the time, but it gave us the idea, and we were blown away how many clients actually wanted to come in and do this with us. Every time we go to Bali, people ask us, is this your place? No, it's not our place. We simply rent it for the week. But everybody says, oh, we should buy a place like this. So Ring of Steel Investments has been put together to take advantage of boutique property investments and boutique investments for clients and well-known people to us. And in addition, we have some phenomenal businesses that are owned by our Circle of Excellence as well. And some of those could be raising capital over the next few years. Ann Tam, who's going to be the poster girl of our new Lead magazine, has the most phenomenal school in Malaysia. And that's something whereby she's actively seeking investors, named by Cambridge University as one of the top 50 schools in the world. Great business model. We have probably got 5 or 6 very, very solid business models from clients that would be really good for early stage investment. So this will be something that we're introducing over the next couple of years, and it will be an investment hub where we can play different games of investment with people that are around the table. And I know in this room we've got people in the property market, in the financial markets and those type of things, so they'll be definitely interested in maybe introducing us to some of those games or playing some of those games with us as well. So they're the 4 businesses that sit under the Circle of Excellence brand. So what does that mean for you guys out there watching this on the live feed and still with us? It means this. It means that Lundy and I are absolutely committed to bringing you the best quality business intelligence that is from the grassroots of the world, not from some guru who hasn't had a business in the last 10 years, but from collecting it from people just like you, for you, stripping back all the white noise around that and giving you literally step-by-step models so that you can grow your business, so that you can prosper, so that you can be free. And we're doing that with people who are consciously leading their lives as well. That's where we're focused on. We'll still have publishing, we'll still have events, we'll still have different journeys that we do, and we're not limiting our travel. In fact, we're increasing our travel over the next couple of years as we get more global with this. We've got a phenomenal group of around 200 people in our Circle of Excellence now, our top tier of clients. The Titanium members from New Zealand are sitting around our table right here in this room, and we congratulate them and welcome them too on their careers and what they're doing also, and look forward to having just a lifelong relationship with these people, because these people are not clients, they're friends of ours. In doing this, we're coming to the end of our presentation, but I just wanted to do one other thing, and that is on a couple of these companies, we've invited different members to come in and be part of our board. So we have a new advisory board which sits in a couple of these companies. Firstly, and it's very global, firstly, we have Antam from Malaysia. I just said she's got one of the top 50 schools in the world. They're literally running in the coming months one of our brands. They're running Entrepreneur X Factor for teens in Asia. So it's going to be a massive competition this year. It's going to be Malaysia-wide. Next year, it'll be Asia-wide. What they do is phenomenal. We're so grateful to have Anne on our board. She's an amazing individual. Then we have from the Netherlands, Paul Terwaal. Paul is a lawyer, probably on the live feed, so hi, Paul. For years, we've been searching to have the right person as an advisor based in Europe. And we seem to be attracting people who are going to be presidents of things. We have Ellis sitting in our audience here, the current president of the Global Speakers Federation. And Paul will be coming after Ellis as speaker, a global president of the Speakers Federation. And Paul really is bringing that unique European aspect, which is so much part of our world and so much the part of the future of the planet, I think, where great things are coming out of and where great things are. Then in India, we have Akhil Shahani. Akhil, educated at Kellogg University, runs Mumbai's #1 MBA school with a link into the private equity funds in the UK and London. So he's backwards and forwards between the UK and London. He's really put a lot of entrepreneurship on the map in India and sort of bridged that gap between India and the UK as well. So we're very grateful to have Akhil on our board. And of course, his mother was the cover of our first magazine that came out last year. Then from the USA, Dustin. Hi, Dustin. I know you're on the live stream somewhere out there as well. Dustin Matthews. We hired Dustin 2.5 years ago as our marketing mentor. He's well known, one of the top 5 marketing people in the US, written books with Dan Sullivan, who's arguably the #1 marketing guy in the US. And Dustin's become a friend, a mentor of ours, and somebody that is just the most exceptional human being as well, somebody who's so giving, and we welcome him to represent us in the Americas as well as part of our board. And then from Australia, Todd Hutchison. Now, Todd, we didn't put people's qualifications under these things because Todd Lundy counted them. How many other?
20.
There's 20. He has 20 business qualifications, and this year he's doing his doctorate. So, Lisa, I know you have about 5 or 6 business qualifications. Todd has 20. It's like the letters after his name are like this. But Todd was instrumental in building the Project Management Institute around the world. He's a systems expert. He's from Western Australia. He's been a fantastic contributor to our business on a number of our programs over the year. So we welcome Todd to our business as well. So with that, I'm just going to hand over to Lundy to sort of bring this to a close and wish everybody well.
Thank you, my darling. I was instructed to stand here on a specific spot, so I'm just standing. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us tonight. It's not just for us the launch of new brands and new businesses. It's for us an opportunity to have the people that mean so much to us around this table here with us tonight, eating and drinking and laughing. And all of you that's joining us on the live stream, this truly is a new and exciting time for us. And we're really looking forward to take each one of you with us on this new path, not only as clients and colleagues, but as people that we really, really appreciate and admire, and that means a lot to us. So thank you and enjoy your evening.